Human life begins with a high-stakes sprint. Millions of microscopic entities thrashing forward in a scramble where second place results in absolute biological failure. To understand the mechanics of this race, we have to look at the starting line. Deep inside the male anatomy, protected within the scrotal sac, is the testis. This organ operates as a continuous manufacturing plant. Every second, the human body creates approximately 3,500 new sperm cells. That equals 12.5 million cells every hour, or 300 million new cells every single day. But despite the volume of production, these newborn cells emerge without the ability to move. They cannot swim or steer, rendering them effectively useless at birth. High-volume manufacturing is only the first step. Transforming these static cells into functional swimmers requires an 80-day journey of structural and chemical maturation. The first phase of this timeline takes place beneath the surface of the testis, deep within its microscopic core. This core contains up to 900 tightly packed coiled tubes known as the seminiferous tubules. This is the precise location where the 80-day clock begins. The stem cells responsible for production are embedded within the thick, rubbery walls of these tubes. They start their life at the outer edge, far from the hollow inner channel, or lumen. For the next 65 to 75 days, the cells are trapped inside this wall. They migrate toward the center millimeter by millimeter as they slowly develop their basic physical anatomy. Only after this 2.5-month gestation is complete do the cells finally break free from the wall and enter the hollow center of the tube for transport. At this point, the cells have a body and a tail, but they are still unable to move on their own. They have the physical structure, but they lack the ability to navigate. These immobile cells are washed out of the tubules and into a C-shaped structure sitting on top of the testis, the epididymis. While it looks compact, the epididymis is actually a single coiled tube that would stretch 20 feet long if unraveled. The cells spend roughly 14 days passively drifting through this 20-foot maze. This 2-week passage is where the cells undergo their final maturation. This is the stage where they gain motility, the actual physical power to swim. At the end of this 14-day transit, the mature cells wait at the bottom of the structure in a holding pattern. The 80-day process is now complete. The body has produced a population of mature, mobile cells resting at the threshold of the exit pathways, waiting for the signal to deploy. Upon deployment, these mature cells are aggressively propelled into the vas deferens, rushing toward the exit at high speed. A single biological release typically consists of 2.5 to 5 milliliters of fluid. With concentrations reaching 150 million cells per milliliter, one single release can drop an army of 750 million sperm at once. The body expends 80 days of energy to build this population, only to release hundreds of millions of them to reach a single egg. This volume is a response to the environment of the female reproductive tract. It is a high mortality zone where the vast majority of those millions will fail or die almost instantly. Out of 750 million cells that began the journey, technically only one will survive the environment long enough to successfully fertilize the ovum. When you consider the 80 days of precision manufacturing and the 750 million to 1 race that followed, your existence is the result of an incredible series of successes. You are the sole survivor of the first